Hi there, welcome to 2016. That is in particular Football Manager 2016. Maybe you're in the far off future and it is 2016. If so, do we have flying cars yet? Probably not. However, Football Manager 2016, the beta is finally upon us, and that means I'm once again back. Hopefully for good this time. I can feel the anticipation for this game. I've felt it for quite some time now, and I'm really excited to start. So here we go. Now, first thing then, team. Fulham. Why Fulham? Well, I think Fulham are in a really good position. I think they're a really good team to go on Football Manager the 2016. I'll explain why in a second, but I've felt that mid to upper mid table teams in the Championship have been a bit of a specialty of mine over the last few years. I've managed to do it with Cardiff initially, I think that was on FM12, and of course famously we did with Brighton. That was probably the best save of them all. And then last year, to a slightly lesser extent, but we did it with Derby. Now, Derby, of course, were in the Premier League at the time. They, in fact, finished fourth at the time, or virtually when I took them over, they'd finished fourth like a couple of years before. But that was on FM15, and I thought I did quite well, considering they started in the Championship. Now, I will not take full credit for that, but, I came good with Derby. But I thought, here we go, got another good team here with Fulham. So, I'll go over the squad in a second, but you may be wondering, firstly, Joe, why is that all weird? Why does the interface look strange? And that's because I'm playing on Football Manager Touch, or otherwise known previously in the old versions as Football Manager Classic. The reason for this is just I've been using this for the last 3 years. This is what I did. I tried it out in FM13, and I liked it. I just think it's a nice, streamlined version of the game. It's not a skin. I just want to make that very clear. It's not a skin. I don't think as of now, at least a day into the beta, you can't download this as a skin. I think you might be able to in the future. You just have to go into the FMT Football Manager Touch version of the game, and then once you've done that, you should be able to play to your heart's content. Instead of the full version, obviously it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and things. Now, the idea is it's a streamlined version of the game for people who don't have as much time, perhaps as, other people, students or people or something like that. A lot of people who, students, they tend to have a lot of time on their hands. I don't. I'm now working full time, and I think this is perfect for me. It basically means you're going to get more videos from me. So, if you don't like it, then, hey, there's some silver lining for you. So, Fulham. Why have I gone Fulham then? So let's have a look at the squad. Now, I haven't made any signings. I just want to point that out. I'm in August. I'm about to play the first game. The way the format of this series will go is I will do a live commentary now. I'll introduce you to this all. Do the live commentary for the first game. We'll play for a month, 6 weeks, 2 months. And then I'll do another live commentary, another 2 months or so, and another live commentary. Essentially, it's combining what we've done in the past into one nice little neat package. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the live commentaries, but you also get the updates. So I think, finally, we are pleasing everyone. And this seems to be the accepted format now in a lot of Football Manager videos, I find. Certainly far better than what we used to do back in the day when we, it was like FM 11 and 12 and we did every game live. That's just not happening anymore. So that's how it's going to work. So we'll do like a recap fit of the fixtures and then do a live com. It works. Team then. So if we arrange these by position then, so I'll introduce the team. As I say, I've made no signings, so pretty sure you Fulham fans, you'll probably be a bit bored by the end of this, but never mind. So Martin Stekelenburg on loan, of course. Where in fact is he on loan at? I'm trying to still get used to this interface. Doesn't actually say. Somewhere. Anyway, he's on loan somewhere. He's not available. So we've got 2 goalkeepers. We actually have Joe Lewis, who is not available either. He's ineligible because... Oh, right, he's on loan. Oh, God, yeah, I just realised he's blue. Okay, he's on loan from Cardiff. I don't know why we need a backup goalkeeper on loan, because Marcus Bettinelli here is going to be our main choice goalkeeper. I like this guy. I think he's pretty good. It looks handy. Let's go with him. Ashley Richards at right back, Welsh International. Jack Grimmer, Derby. I actually had him. Oh, was it Derby? I definitely had him. Oh, was it Derby? I've had him before, like as an older player. I can't remember where it was. I think it was on FM15. It was at a team. Was it Aston Villa? I don't know. Anyway, I've had this guy much later into the game. He actually isn't particularly great, but I'm hopeful now. If I have him from the start, I might be able to actually mould him into a decent player. We've got Steeman, we've got Kavanagh, Tim Ream, We've got Amrabieta, who is on loan. Again, it doesn't really say where. That's one thing I'm going to have to get used to, is this new interface here. But yeah, Amrabieta is on loan. Again, don't know where. There you go. Bodgerov, Burgess, Byrne, Hutchinson, lots of British talent here. Fredericks, Luke Garbut on loan from Everton. That's where I do know he's from. He's unfortunately injured at the moment. He should be back for the next game or two. I like this lad a lot. He is on loan in real life. I was very surprised when Everton loaned him out, because I actually think he's way better than Browning. I think he's better than Galloway. I think that this guy looks complete already. He's a ready-made replacement nearly for Leighton Baines, who isn't getting any younger. So why Roberto Martinez put this guy out on loan, I have no idea. Very, very strange, but I'm happy to have him. His loss, our gain. The captain, Scott Parker, I'm actually kind of baffled that he's at this level, because he's better than this, but how old is he now? He's going to get on a bit now. Oh, actually, to be fair, he is 34, and he's only had 18 caps. I would have thought he had more than that. Jamie O'Hara, of Christiansen, who is, I think, a youngster. He's 20 yet. Danish under-21 international is pretty good. Tom Kearney. Have Ryan Tunnicliffe. Again, another player that I've seen somewhere before. I can't put my finger on where. Is it Man United? I might have seen him in the Man United youth team when I went to the FA Youth Cup final between Liverpool and Man United a few years ago at Old Trafford. It was a very interesting game, that one. Hyman, Kacaniklic, Evans, Matt Smith, the terror of large teams in the FA Cup, Liverpool and Chelsea, I think it was a few years ago. Ross McCormick, a lot of people are baffled why he's at this level as well. We've got Coley Woodrow, another player that I've heard quite a few nice things about. I know Fulham and similar fans are very hyped about him. Matroglu is on loan. I will of course be getting rid of him, although it is Football Manager. I might just keep hold of him, give him a chance if he's any good, but I don't think he will be, because he's not my type of player. I've got to be honest, I do prefer much more flair players. He is quite literally the opposite, although he does have 16 flair, so he's not too bad. Obviously that's not just the one attribute. I'm talking about pacey, quick, accelerated players, just not lazy Berbatov-esque players like Matroglu here. And then lastly, Moussa Dembele. No, not the Moussa Dembele, another player who I actually seen on live about, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago when I went to Kirby to watch Liverpool under-18s v Fulham under-18s, and this guy just ripped them apart. He's huge, this guy. At least he was at that time. I think he's caught up to everyone else now, but yeah, he was very good. I think he scored a couple of goals as well, and I remember we walked into Kirby and there was just, everyone's going, Moussa Dembele's playing, and we were just thinking, what? And there just so happened to be a player called Moussa Dembele who is French. Could be a good player. It's worth sticking to him. So as I say, no signings. I have sold one player, so if I go to my transfer history here, I've sold Kay Vosser for £1 million to Wolverhampton Wanderers. That is it. I was interested in Dwight Gale and was about to offer him a contract. Unfortunately, he wanted too much, and quite frankly, I don't think he's worth that as much as he wanted. I think he wanted the contract worth about £20,000 a week. It was not happening, certainly in the wages anyway. And I would just rather keep hold of this now. I'd rather keep the finances in check and just not spend, because I'm quite happy with the team. I know I could easily add, a Vice or a Graben or a McGeady or a Campbell or a Buckley to that team, but I don't want to. I don't want to mess with the status quo, and I'm happy with how the squad looks. Obviously, if I realise there is genuine need for a bit of a repair job, or I need to plug a gap or something, something like that, then yes, I will go out and buy someone. But as of now, I'm quite happy where we are. So let's do this then. Let's go with Fulham. Last one thing before we go. Hugh Jennings, as the head of youth development, my assistant manager, already in the game. He is the real life assistant manager as of October 2015, as I'm led to believe. Alan Kerbishley. Fantastic. He's my assistant manager. Can't go wrong with Kerbs, can you? So here we go then. So we had the first game last night, and the Friday, that was of course Friday the 7th of August. We're now the 12 o'clock game. I think that would be live on the television, I think. Versus Cardiff, now back in blue, of course. So we're just going to do a quick pick here, and then I will... you see. In case you are watching this in the future, this is, as you can see, I don't know if you can see down here, but this is the beta version. And as you can see, that's quite a few bugs. Right, okay. Never mind, we're going to have to use this over here. Yeah, that needs addressing straight away. Dear. You can't even... Well, that's broken. It's as simple as that. It's broken. We'll use Moussa Dembele then as a target man. I like these little circle things here. These are excellent. Okay, so we're going to have Coley Woodrow and Moussa Dembele up front. Ross McCormack as a shadow striker then. Which is easy. It just tells you what the best role is, like, properly for the first time. I'll have him as support. We're away, so I hate this screen. I wish they got rid of that screen. Which one that comes across like that. I hate that. Let's have Heinemann in defence. Scott Parker, ball-winning defender. I will have him in defence. Just because we're away, I can switch him up to support in the future. Luke Garbott is actually not fit, so we're going to play Ream, because that is really stupid. There's no point playing him. And I generally don't touch the defenders. This is just something that I hadn't done, because I did start a few years ago fiddling with, things like limited fullback. Now, naively, as I admit, but a lot of people are going to just click that because it's a full green circle, and that's completely understandable. Don't, because people underestimate what a limited fullback is. Scarcely going forward into more attacking role. Essentially, they're a lot more defensive. Now, that might work occasionally, but don't have that permanently. Make sure that is not set as a limited fullback. So I just leave it as fullback, defend. Same goes with centre back. Central defender and defender. Just don't mess with it. Like, limited defender, it's not... Maybe, if you have a player that's sort of in a similar vein to, I don't know, Jamie Carragher or, I don't know, someone like that, like a shot, like an actual stopper, then yeah. But 99% of the time, that's not going to be the case. So don't mess with the defence, is what I say, unless you really do know what you're doing. But the majority of us, let's be honest, we don't. We've got Matt Smith on the bench here. We've got Jamie O'Hara. We've got Kato Nicholas. We've got Kearney. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's do this then. So I have not set up any of my match settings yet. So we are going to go to 2D in case you are new to the channel. We do prefer to play in 2D Classic. That's because, well, I don't actually have a reason. It's just what I prefer. Cardiff team then. If they've got Fabio, there's Gunnarsson, Gary Taylor Fletcher, is that? Or is that someone else? Yeah, Gary Taylor Fletcher, 34 years old. Craig Noon is there as well. Going to be an interesting game. So we're going to start the match, and we're going to pause it immediately, because this is a rite of passage for anyone doing the first FM video for an extended period. You've got to change it, the camera, to, we're going to change it to 2D Classic, mainly because it's like, ooh, that's more reminiscent of an older Championship manager, that one. We're not even going to look at the replays, just because it's easier. Seriously, it's just so much easier. And we're also going to drag that to 2 there, and between highlights that will go full. That is the best setup in my opinion. So if you want to copy them down, there you go. Let's play them. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how we can do here. I think this team's really good, as I say. Why then Fulham? Why didn't they go Brighton again like I did a few years ago? Why didn't they go Cardiff? Things like that. This score just stood out to me. I don't know what it is. There's just something here where I think it's a really good foundation. And, oh, goodness me, Turner. One thing we haven't done is actually set the instructions. Now, this is just like a... to me, this is just nuts. So much more stuff, and it's nicer. I mean, this is, of course, I imagine, and for a lot of you, this is going to be the case as well. This is going to take quite a bit of time to be getting used to, because that's slightly deeper. That is quite nice. I like that. I do like this. This is very nice. It's a lot clearer. Like, it's somehow more complex and more... I don't know, like, it's generally more complex, but at the same time, it gives so much more information. Like, you actually know what you're doing. So let's... that is really nice. I do like this, definitely. It's the first video, let me off. We're going to be more disciplined. I'm going to use tighter marking. Okay, we're just going to leave that for now. Let's not get overcomplicated things here. Okay. I think key highlights are on as well, so hopefully we should have some in a moment. But I'm hopeful, hopefully this should be a good series. So, also, incidentally, if we do get sacked for whatever reason, we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on, we're going to get another job, and we're going to see how it goes and go from there. So, other teams that I considered then for this save were, well, the main one I wanted to do was Tranmere. I'll explain in a second. Right, so we've had no chances. Right, that's no good at all, and we've not been very good. Okay, tactical. So, yeah, the strikers have not done much, have they? Let's be honest. I don't think there's any. I think I can see what the problem is straight away. There's no, there's no connection between the front and the middle. Yeah, these three are essentially isolated. So, let's see. Let's try. We'll play Christensen as an advanced playmaker, just so we can have. I can drop Ross McCormick back as well, and then advanced playmaker as well. So if we sort of drop that back, we can sort of just make a bit more of a connection to the sort of the midfield and the strikers. Because at the minute they are completely isolated. You can tell just through the sheer positioning of them. Dembele, obviously, I might take off sooner or later. I might bring Matt Smith on. His condition isn't great. Is that match fitness, actually? That's match sharpness, as it's now known, which is a bit better. We've got O'Hara, obviously, to come on as well. He'll be good to swap out with Hindman and Parker and so on. And yeah, I think that's it. We're not going to go... I think a point at Cardiff, if you'd offer me a point now, I probably would take it. Because this is not the easiest game in the world. Especially away at Cardiff. At home, I'd be saying, yeah, fair enough. I should also point out, I've probably overhyped Fulham a bit more than actually are. The media have predicted them to be 9th, which isn't great. It's mid-table, but I think Brighton was about the same a few years ago, and I think Newcastle as well. When I started FM15, we did Newcastle, and I think I got them 5th, which I know is not a million miles away from what Newcastle did in the past, but yeah, I think again they were predicted mid-table, and we managed to get them into Europe, so I was happy enough with that. Just missing out on 4th, you may remember. So yeah, Tranmere. Wanted to do Tranmere, loaded it up, looked at the squad and what was available, and there's Federico Makeda of all people. Okay, scoring for Cardiff. Well, this is a great start. And I looked at the squad essentially and looked at like transfers and so on, and just was like a rabbit in a headlight. So I just didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, we're gonna bring on Matt Smith. Take Dembele off. It's a like for like pretty much, I think. Try that. Oh dear, this isn't going very well, and they've hit the post. Okay, yeah, I think I may have been a bit naive. Have we actually had, let me just say, I haven't actually got any stats on the screen. Let's see, do we have like a match stats, match information? That's not it. Oh no, I don't need that. There we go, that's better. Wow, wow, we're actually doing even worse than I thought. Okay, we need to change this now. How do I... Preferably I'd want more of a in-depth, not this, don't need analysis. Oh, tactics, there it is, sorry. They've added an extra tab, I'm so used to tactics being on at the end. Right, yeah, this clearly isn't working. We're going to add Scott Parker into the middle. We don't need to be as defensive anymore. Central midfielder, support. Let's see, bring Tom Kearney on, I think, for... Well, Scott Parker's actually having a terrible game, but we'll bring Hindman off. He is the captain, Parker, so you have to give him that at least. Advanced playmaker, we're going to have him in attack then. So Ross McCormick's not doing a whole lot either, but neither is Woodrow. Let's be normal now, in fact. In fact, slightly higher. Probably should have done this a bit earlier, to be honest. I'm just playing around with the... with the whole thing. Right, okay, let's do that. Let's try this. Now, as I say, I would be happy with a point. I just want to make that very clear. But we're still in this. But nothing's happening. Okay, yeah, it really is. Nothing is happening at all. I want to give Woodrow a chance. This is terrible, in fact. Yeah, I'm going to have to take Parker off. He's not done very well at all. So we're going to... Can he play out wide? Yes, he sort of can. We're just going to go to a more traditional with wingers this time. So I always just go back to sort of wingers and so on because it's just the way I am. I believe in width. That's just how, I'm naturally... Even when I played, I was naturally drawn out wide. Right, here we go. Pilkington away. Right, Kearney, what can you do here? Nothing apparently, but at least we've had the ball in their half. That's now some form of progress apparently. Oh, here we go, chance here. Here's Fredericks. Ross McCormick. He's hit the bar. I don't believe it. I do not believe it is. Another chance for McCormick. And it's Cauley Woodrow. He's offside, though. The assistant has stopped. Well, it certainly helped. The Alan Kirbishley's got it terribly wrong, unfortunately, when it comes to tactics. Width. See, I told you, width is key. It's very, very important you have width. Okay. We need to be higher now, certainly. Let's not retain possession. We don't even have to do that. We're not going to shoot on sight. Okay. Don't want to run. I find running at defence just means they literally just fall into the lap of the defenders. It's just no good. So if we do that, we're not going to go overload quite yet. But now we are. I think this is the gods punishing me for saying you should have gone with Tranmere, you stupid bastard. Okay, we're going to have to just pump it into the box now, I think. Shoot on sight, it's probably not going to work, but... Oops, no, I didn't mean that, sorry. Shoot on sight, look for the overlap, and take more risks as well. Okay, this is not going to work, but I've got to go for it. So, yeah, I've probably, again, overhyped this team far too much than I ought to have done. Is Cauley Woodrow, what can he do? 30 seconds to go. We're just dilly-dallying out wide. Here is Woodrow. He's offside again. So, oh dear. Not very good. A terrible start, in fact. Richard Stearman, funnily enough, man of the match, which is kind of funny. But up front, we were completely toothless. Utterly toothless. 17th in the league, and that's really a poor start. Very, very poor start. Clearly, what we're going to have to do, there's the key match, what we're going to have to do is have a real little look at these tactics, and it really doesn't help when the freaking screen is broken. I mean, look, there's no, where's the position? It should be blue, it doesn't help, and I understand it's a beta, but come on. Yeah, so obviously I'm going to have a rethink. I thought this made more sense because we didn't have too many wide options, but, well, we do. I think I underestimated, well, we do out left, we don't actually out right. This is why I was hesitant initially and thought this was a good idea. However, that clearly is not the case. So we're going to have to change it. So I will be back then in hopefully tomorrow or probably next week, depending on when this video goes out. And we'll see how we've got on. I'll have another live commentary for you as well as a recap for probably the month of August and probably September as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you stick with the series. If you're brand new, please do subscribe. We have plenty of videos coming in the future. There's loads of FM16 content out there, but I do hope you stick around. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.